Well, good morning and welcome to Mason Field in Sterling, Colorado, and welcome to the final day of the 2025 NJC softball season. I'm Ben Black, the voice of NJC for the last 17 years. Glad you've joined us as today the Northeastern Plainsmen and the Trinidad State Trojans play after splitting day one yesterday. Pre-game show brought to you by Equitable Savings and Loan. Borrow your money and do your banking with people you know and people who know you. Stop by one of their locations across the plains or visit equitable-savings.com. The Northeastern Plainsmen eliminated from postseason contention with the 12-3 loss in game number one yesterday. Bounced back and won game two 12-10, got up 9-0 in the first inning, trailed 10-9, and then hit home runs in back-to-back innings before getting an insurance run and taking the victory. Plainsmen can't get into the postseason. Trinidad will be in. They are locked in as the 4 seed going into the tournament. It's all set now. McCook 1, Otero 2, WNCC 3, and Trinidad 4. That'll be this upcoming weekend, hosted by McCook, the regular season champs. But you can finish on a strong note. This Northeastern Plainsmen softball team has been just 2 games below 500 since we hit the month of March. Yes, they have really struggled overall when you look at the win-loss record, but they played a very tough schedule to start the year, and being just 2 games below 500 since the start of March is a definite positive thing. They're building forward, and we're celebrating the sophomore class today, and we're celebrating the future of this program with a lot of great freshmen as well. So we're going to focus on that and finishing off strong. All brought to you by Channel Seed, the enhanced Channel Seed brand, here to help our area farmers rise to the challenge. Mike Anderson, Mike Hettinger, or visit channel.com to find the Seed Pro nearest you. We go to the public address announce system to meet the starting lineups with Trevor Chintala. Our starters are brought to you by Northeastern Junior College. It's not just college, it's Northeastern. Now's the time to prepare for your educational journey. NJC.edu.
Field for today's Region 9 contest between the Trinidad State College Trojans and your Northeastern Junior College Plainswomen. It's sophomore day. We're going to start off with the starting lineups. First for the Trojans. Batting first, playing center field, number 4, Hannah Abeda. Number 10, playing left field, Jalen Kelly. Team playing shortstop, Taryn Sanchez. Number 9, playing first base, Leah Lucero. Number 17, playing third base, Isabel Salinas. Number 8, playing right field, Lexi Moreland. Number 6, playing second base, Marissa Sanchez. Number 2, the designated player, Talina Mendez. Number 13, the catcher, Jaslyn Varela. And number 24, doing the pitching, Kelsey Grant. Now, starting lineup for the Plainswomen. Number 1, playing shortstop, Blake Duncan. Number 2, playing center field, Michaela Ramos. Number 8, playing third base, Tatiana Hunt. Number 13, playing left field, Kelsey Drachewski. Number 9, playing second base, Addison Steele. Number 5, doing the catching, Isabella Bensavanga. Number 24, playing first base, Ryan Urich. Number 21, the designated player, Raina Roberts. Number 25, doing the pitching, and number 3, playing right field, Hallie Waldron.
It's 72 degrees outside of Mason Field as we head toward first pitch on this Sunday. This is the weather it's supposed to be on April 25th when it's the perfect date. 72, breeze out of the south. You don't even need a light jacket for this one today. Plainsman softball against the Trinidad State Trojans, and our first inning is brought to you by Sterling Health Food, still open and still in the business of your best health. They'll bend over backwards to get you healthy. Check out the rewards plan south of Sterling on Highway 6. Mackenzie Bowie is in the circle for the Northeastern Plainswomen. She was one of the sophomores listed on the roster, but I talked with the coaching staff in preparation for the Sophomore Day honors after yesterday's game, and she actually didn't compete last year. She didn't play at the location she was at last year, and she is planning on coming back next year here to NJC. So technically a freshman, and she'll garner the start in the penultimate game of the season. She's firing a drop ball past Hannah Beta for strike number one as we get underway 5 minutes shy of the top of the hour. Mackenzie Bowie facing Hannah Beta 0-1, drops it into the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike. Bowie came in relief in the loss yesterday. That was the only action she threw, was the relief of Reagan Ferringer in that start. Rise ball, too much of its namesake on the 1-1. 2 balls, 1 strike to Hannah Beta. Plainswomen have 4 sophomores they're celebrating today. Up and in goes the 2-1 to 3-1. One of them behind the dish in Belle Bensavenga, who is caught quite a bit this year. I think she's been behind the plate in somewhere in the neighborhood of 40 of the team's games this year. 3-1 pitch low, ball 4.
Batting for the Trojans, number 10, Jalen Kelly.
That'll bring Jalen Kelly to the plate after the leadoff walk. The first pitch is fired into Jalen Kelly for strike number 1 with Hannah Beta on base. Kelly yesterday went 4 for 8. What is humming? 0-1. Pitch, tomahawk chopped, foul. No balls and 2 strikes. Oh, there we go. That's the hum. That fixes the problem. You may not have heard it on the radio. It was bothering me in my ears. The 0-2 pitch is banged off foul, and the count remains 0-2 with a runner on first in the top of the first. And 2. Bowie with the pitch, dropped it below the knees, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Unless the ball gets past the catcher, Trinidad is not showing any desire to move on the base paths. As I documented yesterday, rise ball up the ladder, 2 balls, 2 strikes now. According to the NJCAA stats provided by Trinidad State, they've not stolen a base this season. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch grounded over to second. Bobbled by Steele. She'll backhand it to Duncan to get the force. So a fielder's choice, recording the first out of the inning at second for 6.
Number 14, Terrence Sanchez.
And that brings Terrence Sanchez to the plate. Sanchez had a good day yesterday for Trinidad State, going 4 for 7 with 3 runs batted in. Bowie winds and fires and blows a fastball past Sanchez for strike number 1. Plainsmen in their white uniforms with the gold letters and numbers today. 0-1. Ball hammered foul. Will get over the fence and out of play for strike 2. Trojans in their navies with their white and blue pennies on the bottom. Yesterday they had their yellow tops, so both sides obviously not doing laundry in between day 1 and day 2 of the series. 0-2 pitch, rise ball up, runner moving, taking off was Jalen Kelly, I think maybe trying to enact a hit and run, and Terrence Sanchez didn't get the first part of that in. Trojans have, according to the NJCAA stats, been caught stealing once this year. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bang to the backstop, foul, count remains. Talked about it yesterday. Since spring of 2021, when the rivalry between NJC and Trinidad really started to build, with them meeting in the Region 9 championship and in the postseason 4 straight years. 1-2 pitch, drilled out to right field, gets itself down, picked up by Waldron. She guns it in, but not stopping Kelly going first to third on the first hit of the game. Runners on the corners, 1 away to the dangerous Leah Lucero. She was not retired yesterday. 7 for 7, 2 homers, 6 runs batted in, and she drew a walk in the one at-bat. She didn't get a hit. Bowie faced her 1 time and gave up a single. Drops a first pitch strike in the area code of the knees. 0-1. But these two teams played with yesterday's action now 26 games since March of 2021. Ground ball to second. Steele takes a tumble trying to field it. Comes up limping on that left ankle. And she'll be given a chance as the umpire steps out. It's now 1-0 Trinidad State on, I guess, what has to go as a ground ball single, because there was never a play made, and Steele still tries to stretch out that leg at second base. She'll remain in the contest. She's been a key part of this Plainsman defense in the middle of this year, both Steele and Duncan. Isabel Salinas at the plate in what is now a 1-1 game. First pitch up and away for ball 1. But now 26 games since March of 2021 between NJC and Trinidad State. Each team has won 13. 1-0. Ground ball to short. Diving play by Duncan to second for 1 on to first. Not in time. Blake Duncan reminding us what she's done so well here at NJC with that fielder's choice for the second out of the inning. And she did that pretty well at Eaton, too. That's one of the special things I'll talk about today. 3 of the 4 of these sophomores for NJC have actually watched since they were freshmen. Lexi Moreland pops back foul, the first one she sees. 4 strike 1. Moreland yesterday, 2 for 7, drove in a run. Drop ball on the outside corner from Bowie to Moreland. Quickly ahead, 0-2. Be huge to give up 2 hits and all the base runners in this first inning and only get out with that single run of damage. 0-2. Up the ladder, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bowie. 1-2. Ball popped up. Right side of the infield. Back goes Steele. In comes Lamas. Steele makes the catch and keeps it to just 1 run of damage. Plainsman trail Trinidad State 1-0 in the middle of inning number 1 of this Sunday Twin Bill on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Kelsey Grant in the circle for Trinidad State as we come back in the bottom of inning number 1 of the first of our Sunday doubleheader. Trinidad State leading the Northeastern Plainsmen 1-0. Grant threw 7 2/3 across the doubleheader yesterday. 4 earned runs allowed, 11 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Blake Duncan will lead things off. Michaela Lamas and Tatiana Hunt, the other 2 guaranteed up in the first. Kelsey Drachewski batting cleanup. Addison Steele, Belle Bensavenga, Ryan Urich, Raina Roberts, and Mackenzie Bowie round out the batting 9. Blake Duncan, 2 years here at NJC. She's been a starter virtually the entire time she's worn the gold and black. First pitch to her is across for strike number 1 on the outer third. 71 for 267 is her 2-year batting total. 8 homers, 46 batted in. Kelsey Grant fires the pitch. Duncan pops it up right side of the infield. Back goes Marissa Sanchez, the second baseman, and she'll make the catch on the pop-up for out number 1. Jaslyn Barella is behind the dish for the Trinidad State Trojans. Leah Lucero at first, Marissa Sanchez at second, and Isabel Salinas at third. Taryn Sanchez is at short as Grant gets one lined back off her by Lamas. And over to second, it's picked up by Marissa Sanchez. 1-for-3 on the putout. Hot shot off the hip for 2 away. Jalen Kelly in left, Hannah Abeda in center, and Lexi Moreland in right. Carpet Comfort Center has elegant flooring for every step of your life. Stop by in the Broadway Plaza Shopping Center to make your home more comfortable. Tatiana Hunt steps to the plate. Hunt banged out a pair of homers yesterday for the Plainswomen. She lifts back foul, the first one she sees. Plainswomen trail 1-0 after Trinidad State manufactured a run in the first. Grant 0-1. Hunt rolls it foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Mackenzie Bowie needed 24 pitches to get through the first inning. Kelsey Grant, that was just her 5th. Pop up to second. Line drive off her. 0-2. Flare to the backstop foul. Count remains. Grant labored early yesterday in the contest and then settled in that first one, the 12-3 win. 0-2, pitch, swing and a miss. 7 pitches in the first inning for Grant, all strikes. Plainswomen sat down in order. Down 1-0 as we head to the second on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Seven, 8, 9 due up for the Trinidad State Trojans as they lead the Northeastern Plainswomen 1-0 heading into inning number 2. Marissa Sanchez leading it off against Mackenzie Bowie as the first pitch is in tight for ball number 1. Second inning brought to you by Bank of Colorado. They believe in keeping banking simple. Apply for the loan you need for your dream home online or with one of the many agents at Bank of Colorado. bankofcolorado.com, Bank of Colorado, member FDIC. 1-0 pitch across for a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike now to the leadoff batter in the second. Trojans across the doubleheader have only been held off the board 3 total half innings. Little blip shot over to short, scooped up by Duncan, gun to first, but off the bag went Urich. I can't record that as an error because I think Marissa Sanchez was there, but I'm not the official scorer for the team. I will go infield single on that ball. The throw did pull Urich off the bag, but I believe Marissa Sanchez was there before the throw got there. So that'll bring Talina Mendez, the designated player, to the plate. First pitch, drilled out to center field. Lamas tracking, makes the catch for out number one. Again, kind of looked like a similar situation in the first inning with, was that on? Got caught between first and second base and was able to retreat back before the throw. Looked like maybe a hit and run was on for Marissa Sanchez. Barella, the catcher, had an infield single yesterday across the doubleheader. She watches the first pitch pour into the upper edge of the zone for strike number one. That was the lone hit of the day. Did draw a walk as well and reached on an error. 0-1. Bowie. Bunt dropped down by Barella, picked up, throw down to second, not in time, and they have hung out the base runner at second in Marissa Sanchez as Duncan was covering second with Steele at first, and sliding around the diving tag was Sanchez. So it is a bunt single for the Trinidad State Trojans. A little excitement at second, but the Plainsmen couldn't find the second out as Hannah Abeda, top of the order, back to the plate. Still 1-0 Trinidad State in the top of the second inning. Bowie drops one below the knees for ball one. When you look across this region of softball this year, as has been the case over the last several years, there's one really dominant team, and that's McCook, as the second pitch to Abate is up and away, 2 balls, no strikes. Last couple years, though, there's always been a second team, Otero having split with, I believe they split at least, would be the one mathematically that is there as the second place team, but WNCC took a game off McCook. This Trinidad team has the most experienced coach in the region in Steve Suazo. Tournament will be fun to follow next week. There was a pass ball, so runners are now on second and third, and a strike on the 3-0 for Mackenzie Bowie takes it to 3-1. Bowie winds, fires, pours it high, and loads the bases up. So we'll have a visit to the circle for the Northeastern Plainswomen for the first time today as Jalen Kelly sets to come in. She reached on a fielder's choice in inning number 1. The consistency really has been the only thing that's hung up this NJC team this year. We knew their non-league schedule was really, really tough. The trip to, was it Texas? They went to Las Vegas to start the year. I mean, they played some high-caliber teams that are going to do some really, really good things as we head into the postseason month of May. I thought NJC represented themselves well, and then they hit that little lull right to start conference play and never recovered in the standings, and that's why this Sunday will be the final day of softball in 2025 for the Plainsmen. After the visit to the circle, Kelly steps in, and Bowie slings one off the plate for ball number 1. There is now work in the fenced-off area by the Plainsman dugout. Freshman Maddie Klein, who tossed Game 2 in the win yesterday, is warming up. 1-0, drilled back up the middle to center field. This will plate 2. Sanchez home. Throw into the plate. Barella home. 2 RBI single. It is 3-0 in favor of the Trinidad State Trojans. Still with one away in the top of the second inning to Terrence Sanchez. Sanchez a single last inning. Was one of the runners left on base. First pitch to her off the plate for ball number 1. Trojans left 2 on last inning. They've plated 2 this inning and have 2 more out there, still with 1 away. 1-0, rise ball, spins into the outer reaches of the strike zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bowie. 1-1, rips it in. It's fired off foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Plainswomen need this out here. Make things a little bit easier. You have the ever-dangerous Leah Lucero on deck. I mean, not going to be easy as the drop ball's off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lucero is yet to be retired today, or this weekend. Had a single last inning. Two balls, 2 strikes. Ground ball to third, gets under Hunt's glove. They're going to send the runner to the plate as Abeda comes in. Throw to third, not in time to get Kelly 4-0, and on the throw goes Sanchez to second.
Batting for the Trojans, number 9, Leah Lucero.
So runners now stand on second and third in a 4-0 game to Leah Lucero. Bowie. First pitch low and away to Lucero for ball number 1. I was doing my prep for the weekend. I always put the 2 statistically I deem as the top 2 hitters. Clearly I swung and missed on her. She was not in my first 2. Check swing. She braked the plane of the plate. They say no, she didn't for ball 2. They have the official call. 2-0 into the dirt, ball 3. Here we go, Mac. See if Bowie can't settle in a little bit here. She's already at 45 pitches. 3-0. Pours it right down the heart of the plate. Dangerous as Coach Suazo has his hands out at his side. She feels that one. She drives it out of the park. 3-1. Pitch drilled back up the middle. That's another hit. An 8th of the weekend for Lucero. Makes this a 5-0 game. Throw to second. Will not get Lucero after it's come in and cut off by Bowie in the circle when they didn't send the runner home on the relay. The Plainswomen were able to get that there. So RBI single makes this a 5-0 game. And we will have a pitching change and the Plainswomen side. So Mackenzie Bowie takes a seat, and in as the new pitcher for NJC comes the freshman in Maddie Klein. Maddie Klein yesterday pitched very, very well for the Plainswomen in just her second start. She garnered her first win in a start. She has 2 wins in relief and lost in her only previous start. Maddie Klein went 6 innings yesterday, faced 35 batters. Only struck out 1, only walked 1, 15 hits, 10 earned runs allowed, and did hit a batter. But really, she pitched well. She had maybe a little too much of the plate, and that's that consistency piece I mentioned earlier. You know, with NJC this year, you know, she maybe found a little too much of the plate, and the Trinidad State Trojans were able to drive the ball. Of course, she was spotted a 9-0 lead. And maybe got a little too lax with some of the locations there, but I thought bounced back well. Pitching changes brought to you by Sydney Regional Medical Center. Don't let the injury keep you out of the game. SydneyRMC.com for more. The two on base are still responsible to Mackenzie Bowie, an inning and a third. 47 pitches, 5 runs all earned, 7 hits, no strikeouts, 2 walks. First pitch off a Klein in the circle, right into Steele's radar zone. She'll gun it to first. So for the second time in this game, Trinidad had a 1-4-3 putout. Now the Plainswomen get a 1-4-3 putout. Home on the play came the runner to make it 6-0 on the RBI ground out, and Leah Lucero goes to third. Now 2 outs in the top of the second. And a 5 spot for the Trojans to Lexi Moreland, the 9th batter to the plate this inning. First pitch hopped in for ball number 1. Moreland flew out to second in shallow center field to end last inning. 1-0. Around on the front of it goes Moreland foul, 1 ball and 1 strike. And I said at the beginning, the focus, yes, is to celebrate the sophomores, but also the future. Maddie Klein, Tatiana Hunt, Addison Steele, all have done good things already in this game that will be back next year. Mackenzie Bowie. The entire outfield will be back next season for NJC. 2-1. Pitch drilled out to center field. Lamas makes a catch to end the inning. 5 score, though, for Trinidad State. They lead 6-0, middle of 2 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Plainswomen trail 6-0 as we head to the bottom of inning number 2. In the middle of their order, due ump Kelsey Drzeski, Addison Steele, and Belle Bensavenga. Better Electric covers all your electrical work from residential to commercial to agricultural. Better does matter. 970-521-1030. Drzeski, a good day yesterday for NJC. Drove in a couple runs across the doubleheader. She smokes one foul, third base side. Out of the range of the diving, Isabel Salinas. Plainswomen sat down in order in the first inning by Kelsey Grant. She's continued to have a very, very good weekend. In a tournament format, can you do it in back-to-back games? So if you have to play multiple in the day, that's been the question. The change, of course, went last year as Drzeski pops one up. Too short, and Sanchez makes the catch. He played the weekend series 2 weekends in a row last year for the postseason. I don't believe that's the case this year. I've always been a fan of tournament format. I've lauded that as baseball has gone back to that with the 6-team format that we'll see as Addison Steele steps in. First pitch, Steele hammers a ball out to right field, carrying deep and off the base of the fence. Steele trucks into second and slides in ahead of the throw from Moreland with a one-out double for the Northeastern Plainswomen. That'll bring Belle Bensavenga to the plate, the sophomore, 92 for 254 with 2 homers and 43 runs batted in over her career in the gold and black. Bell, first pitch, fired off foul, left field side and down. Yesterday, Bensavenga went 2 for 6 with a run batted in. Grant spins one off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike to Bensavenga. Wind in a fire. Pitch on to the outside corner, 1-2. Grant with 1 away in the bottom of the second delivers the pitch, and it's ripped off foul by Bensavenga to stay alive. We'll celebrate the sophomores at the conclusion of Game 2 of this series, but Bell, one of the good students that you have here at NJC. 1-2, swing and a miss. Down on strikes for the second out in the bottom of the second inning. We'll talk more about her future the next time she comes to the plate.
Number 24, Ryan Urich.
Ryan Urich will come in for the Northeastern Plainswomen, and Ryan watches the first pitch by for strike number 1. She's really struggled at the plate for NJC, but as I talked about yesterday, she pitched some last year. She caught and played first base. Hopped in. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the thing I will say about these sophomores, probably more so than any other sport on campus, I get to know them in a non-sports capacity when they're helping with the work-study portion of working other events. Ryan, Reagan, Blake, they've all worked events here at NJC. 1-2, pitch delivered, swing and a miss, and the Plainswomen get the first hit of the game, but don't do anything with it. They're down 6-0 as we head to the third on the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
Batting for the Trojans.
Plainswomen trail 6-0 as we welcome you back for inning number 3, brought to you by Coons Pump and Well Supply. Don't wait until the last minute to solve our irrigation well and watering problems. 970-522-2035. Marissa Sanchez, Talina Mendez, and Jacelyn Barella for Trinidad State Trojans, as Maddie Klein will start this third inning in the circle after coming on in relief last. Sanchez singled last inning to kick things off. 0-1, pitch up and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and 3 left on for Trinidad State. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 left aboard for NJC through the first 2. 1-1, way tight, 4-2. Klein winds and fires, check swing, roller to second, picked up by Steele and shoveled on to first for the 4-3 putout. The thing that Klein has that I talked about, her pitching really well yesterday, is that everything she throws moves. There's nothing just flat and fast. Everything is moving, and you could see that with that check swing. It tailed in and right off the hands. Maybe didn't have as good a command on it yesterday as she would have liked as she starts a strike 1 to Talina Mendez. 0-1, banged off foul, no balls, 2 strikes. I will be excited to see. That is one of the biggest joys I have of covering, is getting to see the growth of these programs from their freshman to sophomore year as Mendez drives a ball out to left field, and right at the fence, it's pulled in by Jercheski for the second out of the inning.
Batting for the Trojans, number 13, Jaslyn Barella.
And Barella, the catcher, will step up. 2 away, nobody on for the Trinidad State Trojans in the top of inning number 3, leading 6-0. And Barella pops it up to shallow center field. Lamas in and makes the catch. How about a waltz through the third? 1-2-3. Plainsmen need to get their bats going. Down 6-0 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
Everything I'm at, maybe everything I am.
Raina Roberts leads things off, bottom of inning number 3 for NJC, trailing Trinidad State 6-0. Buckeye Welding Supply knows you have questions, they have answers. Our area welders knows what sets them apart. Stop by 330 South the 11th Avenue in Sterling to get everything taken care of. Roberts, the designated player in this game. Maddie Klein will hit for herself. And then back to the top of the order in Blake Duncan in this third frame. Roberts hit the home run that gave the Plainswomen the win yesterday in the 12-10 second game. So earning her spot as the designated player as she takes the first pitch across for strike number 1. She came in and played right field in the first game yesterday as well. A 1 offering. She pops it up to right field. Long run. Sliding play and unable to pull it in is Moreland. Roberts head first slide. She's in at second. So a leadoff knock for the Northeastern Plainswomen. That was a long run for Moreland to lay out and get it. Got her glove on it, but popped out as she collided with the grass. And Roberts with another hit. She's in scoring position to Maddie Klein. Now, Klein was not expecting to hit in this game. Mackenzie Bowie started the game. And Klein will hit for herself. She struggled yesterday as she swings and misses on the first one, 0-1. She went 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts in that 12-10 win as she hit for herself in the circle. Pinch hit for the last 2 times that her spot was at the plate. She drops down a beautiful bunt, picked up by the catcher and unable to throw a strike to first. That will be a bunt single for Maddie Klein. Barella popped up, went to fire the strike to first, hesitated, and Klein beat it there, then tried to backpick Roberts at third, but Roberts didn't overrun, so back-to-back knocks to kick off the third for the Plainswomen. Runners on the corners for Blake Duncan. Duncan a fly out to second, her first time up. First pitch, she hammers a ball out to left field. Long run, pulled in at the line by Kelly. Roberts will tag and come home, add an RBI to Blake's tally here at NJC. Her 47th of her career as a Plainswoman. A sac fly RBI this time. The Plainswomen trail 6-1.
Batting for Plainswoman, number 2, Michaela.
So Maddie Klein is at first as Michaela Lamas comes to the plate, and she fires back foul. The first one she sees for strike 1. Lamas a ground out off the pitcher, her first time at the plate today. Grant's pitching well. She's only 25 pitches in the third inning, and another ground ball off Grant. This time will be an infield single for Lamas as Grant tried to snare it with her glove, and it bounces harmlessly into no man's land for the third hit of the inning for NJC. Down 6-1 as Tatiana Hunt comes to the plate. Tati struck out in the first inning and takes the first pitch in tight for ball number 1. Runners way off the bags at first and second. The ball got off the glove of Barella, but not far enough away to do anything with it. 1-0. Pitch hammered by Hunt. Shallow right field. Ball will be pulled in by Marissa Sanchez. Second out of the inning. Shallow right. Runners remain at first and second to Kelsey Jercheski.
Kelsey Jercheski.
She popped up to short her first time up in the second inning. Rips off foul. The first one she sees for strike 1. Plainsman down 6-1. They manufactured a run in this inning. You want to make that number crooked, though. Yeah, you still have time, but crooked numbers are better. Pop up to second. Won't get it because it's pulled in by Sanchez to end it. One does cross, though. NJC down 6-1 as we head to the fourth on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. We head to inning number 4, first game of this Sunday Twin Bill. We have a doubleheader, so come on out to Mason Field and join us if you're getting out of church and getting ready to figure out what you're doing on this Sunday. Nuggets don't play, Avs don't play. Come on out and check out NJC Plainsman softball final games of the season. Down 6-1 as we head to the fourth. Hannah Abate at the top of the order due up for Trinidad State. Melinda Hutt has all your life, home, auto, and farm ranch insurance needs covered. Contact Farm Bureau Insurance, 970-526-0202. Hannah Abate, who has 2 walks today, swings and misses on the first one, 0-1. Second one, waved at as Klein is working well in relief, and she's ahead 0-2. The 0-2 offering. Spun off the plate for ball 1. Wanted that chase, didn't get that chase. Trojans held off the board last inning. That is just the 4th time this weekend they haven't scored a run in an inning, and Abate swings and misses and is the first out in the top of the 4th. So one away to Jalen Kelly, the left fielder. She's reached twice safely, once on a fielder's choice, another time on a single. Shows bunt, pulls back, slaps foul for strike 1. Plainswomen, after the 47-pitch start out of Mackenzie Bowie, They're at 65 pitches delivered in this game. Ground ball to second. Sliding play by Steele. Unable to pull it in. And it's a one-out base runner for the Trinidad State Trojans. To Terrence Sanchez, who has 2 singles this afternoon. Sanchez drove in a run and scored a run as a part of that 5-run second inning. She hammers off foul the first one she sees for strike number 1. Plains women's softball today. Thursday, Plains men baseball will welcome in WNCC, and that looks to be a big series coming up. Plainsmen split with Trinidad State yesterday. WNCC took all 4 in Luna, and NJC and Trinidad are starting at the top of the hour. Ball lined to right field, pulled in by Waldron. Her throw back to first as Kelly was moving, won't be in time on the F9 putout. Second out in the top of the 4th, keeping it 6-1. And now dealing with Leah Lucero. But NJC's 1 win against Trinidad yesterday. Ultimately, with other action that happened yesterday, eliminated the Trinidad baseball team from the postseason. So that tournament field is set. It's just a matter of who is where as the first pitch is off the plate for ball number 1 to Leah Lucero. We know Southeast will get a bye. They'll finish no worse than second. Depending on NJC's results today, they may need to win 2 next week or 3 against WNCC if they are going to get a bye in the opening round of the Region 9 tournament. Team that has received a bye has made it to the final 3 every year of this 6-team elimination tournament. 2-0 pitch off the plate, 3-0. Or was that a strike? Leah Lucero still hasn't been retired this weekend, and she won't be. She takes a 3-0 pitch out to center field with a 2-out single for the Trinidad State Trojans. That puts the Trojan first baseman now at 10 for 10 this weekend with 8 runs batted in.
Batting for the Trojans, number 17.
That's Region 9 Player of the Week numbers right there. My goodness. Isabel Salinas will step up now with 2 away runners on first and second as Klein looks to work her way out of it. Pop-off foul over the Trojan dugout for strike 1. Of course, the series between NJC and WNCC baseball will be huge, and it's always fun to wrap up the season with our Pack the Park event. That'll be next Saturday at 5:30. Pop up to second, pulled in by Steele. 2 left on. Plainsmen down 6-1, middle of 4 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back to Mason Field we come as the Northeastern Junior College Plainsmen trail 6-1 heading to the bottom of inning number 4. Allie Steele, Bill Bensavenga, and Ryan Urich do for the Northeastern Plainswomen. Steele waves at the first one. She got the first hit of the game in the second inning, a double off the base of the right field fence. Grant has pitched well through the first 3, gets a swing and a miss from Steele, 0-2. Not the 10 strikeouts she got yesterday. She's still been able to get 3 strikeouts thus far, but keeping that pitch count down. She's only at 32 right now. 33 as she misses for ball one, and that's just her fourth pitch out of the zone. I went back and looked in between innings because I thought, you're wrong, Ben. And no, I'm not. 29 strikes, 4 balls. Grant, rise ball, bouncer to first, picked up by Lucero, 3 and assisted for out number 1 by Steele. And Belle Bensavenga will step up. She's one of the 3 strikeouts from Kelsey Grant.
Number 5, Isabella Bensavenga.
Bensavenga takes a home run swing and gets strike one contact. Offensively, way better her freshman year than she was her sophomore year. Some of that was because she wasn't asked to be the backstop nearly every game last year like she was this year. That'll wear on the lower extremities. Foul ball off, 0-2. I hobble my way down to get my social media picture with the sophomores, as I always do before their final games. And Coach Smock said, "What's wrong?" I didn't play softball, but I feel like I've caught 40 games this year like Bensavenga. 0-2 pitch off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sitting and talking apparently takes a lot out of you. Swing and a miss on the 1-2, and Bensavenga down on strikes for the second out in the bottom of the 4th. That'll bring Ryan Urich to the plate. I was thinking 3 of these 4 sophomores, Ryan included, I've actually seen a lot of their athletic careers. Ryan is from Simla and played multiple sports at Simla, as you do at small schools. I had the privilege of seeing her, even though Simla is not one of our area schools. They played our area schools a lot. And her brother, who will be playing baseball here at NJC next year, I've watched him grow up as well across all the sports. And so then when you get to work with them as they're your work studies here, you develop a bit of an affinity for these players. That's one of the great pieces of being the voice of a program as Ryan drills a ball out to right field. Diving play by Moreland and robs Ryan of a knock. Plainswomen sat down in order. They're down 6-1 as we head to the 5th on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Plainswomen down 6-1 as we head to the 5th. Game 1 of this Sunday doubleheader. Premier Farm Credit for over 100 years has been providing reliable and consistent credit to our area agricultural community. Visit premieraca.com for more. 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and 5 left on for Trinidad. A run, 4 hits, an error, and JC. Lexi Moreland, Marissa Sanchez, and Talina Mendez due up against Maddie Klein. It was high for ball number 1. Klein, who came on in relief in inning number 2, is at 2 2/3 innings of work. 27 pitches to the start of this inning, a strikeout and a hit allowed. 1-0 pitch high for ball number 2. It would be nice for the Northeastern Plainswomen softball program, as long as they choose to have Klein and Bowie both coming back next year. Haven't had 2 returning pitchers. As the 2-0 pitch is low for ball 3, I believe, since 2022. Definitely not with the experience that those 2 will have. Bunt shown, fastball inside corner on the 3-0, 3-1. 3-1 pitch. Ball hammered out to center field. Lamas over. She'll make the catch to record the first out in the top of inning number 5. That brings up Marissa Sanchez for the Trinidad State Trojans. Plainswomen been able to keep Trinidad in check with the exception of that 5-run second inning as the first pitch ball off. A run in the first could have been a lot worse. You're able to strand a couple on the base paths. And, in tight. Klein loses one, and Sanchez wears it off the left knee, so she's hit with one away. Runner on to Talina Mendez, the designated player. I think, especially from the returning pitcher's standpoint, you've had the opportunity to learn some lessons with runners on and in certain situations all year long as the first pitch strike is on the outside corner. And yes, there's a modicum of the coaches being able to teach that, but it's also the same thing. I've talked about it with Belle Bensavenga behind the dish, who framed strike 2 for Mendez, being able to come out and remind that pitcher that, hey, okay, we've done this, and just learning some of those pieces yourself of like, I remember that I've done this before, that belief in yourself. Line drive out to left field on the 0-2, tracked in by Jercheski. Because, let's be honest, I'll talk about it more as we celebrate the sophomores more in Game 2, which will be their final game of the year. But a lot of these ladies, this is it for them from a softball standpoint. And so being able to enjoy what you're doing in the sport that you love is big. Jaislyn Barella steps in. She pops one up. Hit a batter, but 3 flyouts. Klein able to work a clean inning-ish again. Still 6-1 Trinidad, middle of 5 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Six-1 Trinidad State back for the bottom of inning number 5 to Mason Field. Rudy's Tires has several locations across the area. There's always one close by, and they'll come to you if you can't get to them. Visit rudystires.com for more. Rudy's Tires presents 1010 KSIR's Eastern Plains Sports Today, weekdays at 1 p.m. on 1010 KSIR and on TuneIn Radio. Just search KSIR. Bring that up because between games, we'll have the second part of Friday's Flashback Friday program, highlighting the rivalry between NJC and Trinidad State since 2021. Raina Roberts, Maddie Klein, Blake Duncan due up. Roberts a double, swings and misses after taking ball 1, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Raina Roberts with a homer yesterday, double today. Swings and misses on the 1-1, and the count goes to 1-2. Good off-speed stuff from Grant has really kept the Plainsmen on their heels this weekend. 1-2 pitch, foul ball off the mask of Barella, and the count will remain 1-2. Kelsey Grant, now 11 2/3, faced 51 batters, 14 hits, 15 strikeouts, 2 walks. Average pitches per inning has only been 13 for her. 1-2, up and away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. She's only at 46 right now to the leadoff batter in the 5th. 38 strikes, 8 balls. 2-2. Pitch from Roberts, knocked to the backstop, foul. The count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Grant. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Roberts couldn't catch up to one in on her fist, and she's down on strikes for the first out in the bottom of the 5th. That brings up Maddie Klein, who had a bunt single in her first time up. That was a part of the 3rd inning, where NJC scored their lone run, down 6-1. She'll drill a ball, and it hops its way out to right field with a 1-out single for the Northeastern Plainswomen. So strikeout to kickoff, but then a ground ball single, and NJC will go back to the top of the order, and Blake Duncan. Sac fly her last time up. Fly out to second in inning number 1. Duncan. First pitch takes it up the ladder for ball number 1. Blake came into NJC as the 3A Player of the Year at Eaton High School. Came in and played 3rd last year, short this year. Takes it in on the feet. 2 balls and no strikes. 71 for 269, 8 homers and 47 runs batted in now for Blake in her career. As a Plainswoman 2-0, she lifts the ball out to shallow center field. It's pulled in and off the bag. Klein was. And she's doubled off at first, and the Plainswomen held off the board again. They're down 6-1 as we head to the 6th on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Northeastern Plainswomen down 6-1 as we head to the 6th. Back at Mason Field, Gordon Insurance wants you to be prepared for everything life throws at you. Car insurance, farm insurance, life insurance, crop insurance. Gordon Insurance, 970-526-6139. Maddie Klein back in the circle to face the top of the Trinidad order. Hannah Abeda, Jalen Kelly, and Taryn Sanchez in the 6th. First pitch slips in for ball number 1. 2 walks and a strikeout for Abeda. The strikeout is the lone at-bat she has faced Maddie Klein. Base running miscue shortened the 5th inning as Abeda drills a ball deep out to left field. It's just near the fence. Pull it in, and rounding to third is Abeda. So the leadoff knock out to center field that can't be handled in center for the Northeastern Plainswomen defense will lead to a runner standing at third with nobody out. So the Plainswomen trying to keep this a 6-1 game. They had the first game shortened to 6 innings yesterday. Soft fly ball to right field, gets down in front of Raina Roberts. It'll be an RBI single for Jalen Kelly, and this is a 7-1 ball game. Still with nobody out in the top of the 6th.
Number 14,
Taryn Sanchez steps up. 2 singles and a fly out to right to her credit. No, it's not Robert. It's Waldron, I believe. Yeah. in right field. Matty Klein. First pitch to Sanchez on the outside corner for strike number 1. Plainswomen will finish 5th in Region 9 softball this year, though. They will not make that postseason as the out to center field. Lamas over. She'll make the catch for out number 1.
Batting for the Trojans.
Luna and Lamar, even if they would have finished tied with them, having won those series, the Northeastern Plainswomen had the tie breaks to finish no worse than 5th. They were just hoping to get into the tournament. As Lucero lines it back up the middle, off a Klein, into the glove of Duncan, who turns it to first. And for the first time this weekend, Leah Lucero's retired on a 1-6-3 double play. Plainswomen give up a run. They're down 7-1, middle of 6 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Michaela Lamas leading things off, bottom of inning number 6. The Northeastern Plainswomen trail Trinidad State 7-1. Lamas, Hunt, and Jercheski. First pitch popped up, foul territory first base side by Lamas, and she's put out for out number 1. Our bottom of the 6th is brought to you by Ice Lanes. Have fun with your family and friends when bowling at Ice Lanes. Call and reserve your lane ahead of time, 970-522-3331.
Number 8, Tatiana Hunt.
Tatiana Hunt 0 for 2 today. Strikeout and a flyout. Takes first pitch off the plate for ball number 1. One-0. Fastball up and away for ball 2. One away. Bottom 6. Plainswomen down 7-1. 2-0 pitch goes across for a strike. Grant has pitched exceptionally well as Hunt hits a towering fly ball out to left field. Kelly will saunter to her right and make the catch for out number 2. That was just the 57th pitch of the game. NJC's been held to 5 hits and the 1 run. Kelsey Jercheski getting a chance to hit.
Kelsey Jercheski.
She's popped up once to second, once to short. She hammers a ball back up the middle and out into center field for the team's 6th hit of the contest. So a 2-out single for the Northeastern Plainswomen. Give them a little bit of something to work with as Addison Steele will see the plate. She doubled for the team's first hit of the game, then grounded out to first her last time up.
Batting for the Plainswomen, number 9, Addison.
Steele hammers a ball down the left field side, but it bends foul for strike number 1. Like Farringer, like so many other Northeastern Plainswomen softball players, they grew up on this field playing field and the surrounding areas all the way back to when they first picked up a bat. 0-1. Up and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Grant, 1-1 offering. Steele pops it up by the bag at first. Lucero in foul territory makes the catch. 2 out knock left on. Plainsman down 7-1 as we head to inning number 7 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
Batting for the Trojans, number 17, Isabel Salinas.
We head to the 7th with NJC trailing 7-1 to Trinidad State. Isabel Salinas, Lexi Moreland, Marissa Sanchez due up as Maddie Klein works in the circle for this 7th inning. First pitch away for ball number 1 from her. Plainsman brought Klein in relief, 4 2/3, 44 pitches. The run allowed was unearned. Foul ball off. She's only struck out 1. She's not walked anybody. She's hit 1 and given up 2 hits. Klein, who garnered the win yesterday. Numbers look gnarly as far as hits allowed, runs allowed, and whatnot, but she's been nails today. 1-1 pitch, 2 balls and 1 strike. The problem for NJC has been the offense hasn't been able to produce base runners much or runs. Grant. 2-1 pitch misses. 3 balls, 1 strike. Ball hammered out to left field by Salinas on the 3-1, and Jercheski over makes the catch for out number 1. Trojans offensively showed they can put up runs, 12 and 10 yesterday. Lexi Moreland steps in, and the first one sails off for ball number 1. I talked about it yesterday with them. 321 hitting team, you can't be unhappy with that. But with a team that hit near or above 400 the last couple years, it's definitely a little disappointing for them. A fly ball out to left, again tracked down by Jercheski. Moreland's put out on the second consecutive F7 put out. 2 away in the top of the 7th.
Batting for the Trojans, number 6, Marissa.
And Marissa Sanchez will step in. Sanchez is singled, grounded out to second, and been hit by a pitch this afternoon. It's now officially afternoon as we just went past the top of the 12 o'clock hour. Strike across there. Takes it 0-1. Klein. 0-1. Whips off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. This Trojan team, that 5-run second inning, this is a ball game where they've been held in check. Pop up, and they'll be held in check here again. No, they won't be done in order. Steele dropped the ball on the pop-up as she retreated out to center field. So Sanchez aboard on the 3rd Plainsman error of the game. Runner on first, and Talina Mendez will see the plate. She's 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts to left and 1 to center. First pitch off the plate for ball number 1. Klein definitely shining in this game. She's gotten 11 flyouts, which I think would speak toward make it, well, a fly ball deep and off it. And that error puts runners on second and third. That looked like it was going to die in Jercheski again, but fly ball out's obviously getting good contact, but it's been weak enough that it's not really driven anywhere in the circle. And the catcher will have a chance to hit for a fourth time today. Her lone hit is a bunt single since she's flown out to center field twice. She'll hit a little field. Home on the play comes Sanchez, Mendez heads to. The single makes it an 8-1 ball game. And Hannah Abeda comes to the plate. She reached on an error her last time up. She's walked twice and struck out before that. Run goes as unearned, so both runs allowed by Klein are unearned as they reached on airs. A little ground ball over to second that Steele boots. And home on the play comes Melendez. 9-1 ball game. Inning continues to Jalen Kelly. Kelly's reached all four times, actually. Fielder's choice in the first, 2 singles and an error. She takes strike number 1. Klein, 0-1. Ground ball, first base side, into foul territory as Yurich lays out. Ruled foul as she tried to pull it in. No balls, 2 strikes. Top 7, swing and a miss. Klein gets her first strikeout to end it. 2 cross, though, on a couple errors, 2 left on. We'll keep it here as we head to the bottom of inning number 7 with the Plainsmen down 9-1. Because there's no doubt to me that our DDC Plainsmen of the contest, brought to you by Western Engineering Consultants since 2003, big firm products, small firm relationships, westerneci.com. It's got to be Maddie Klein. 5 and 61 pitches. Yeah, she allowed 3 runs. None of them were earned because they all either got on or scored on an error. 2 strikeouts, no walks. Limited the contact, did what she needed to do, and well, she got the win yesterday. Right, that's one stat you look at. Oh yeah, you want to get the win because in the end, it's ultimately the result that matters. But today's outing was more impressive than yesterday's outing, in which because she came on inheriting 2 aboard score. She came on and just got weak contact across the board and did what she needed to do. The offense just hasn't been able to back her up, as looking for a complete game is Kelsey Grant, who will start in the bottom of this 7th inning facing Belle Bensavenga. And yeah, she's been exceptional. Kelsey Grant, 61 pitches, 48 of them for strikes for the Trinidad State Trojans. The 1 run allowed was earned, 5 strikeouts, no walks, and 6 hits as Belle Bensavenga, who struck out twice, takes for ball number 1. We'll see if the Trojans trot Grant back out there for game 2, or if, like yesterday, they go with other pitchers and then maybe utilize Grant in a relief role, as up and in goes the 1-0 to 2-0. Grant pitched in both games yesterday, and 13 2/3 innings across now 3 games. 2-0 offering, paints the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike. Bensavenga. 2-1 up the ladder, 3-1. Really, this is, yes, you want to score runs in this game and still, I mean, you're not out of it till the final out, but trying to build any sort of energy offensively heading into Game 2 in the final game of the season. It's got to be the focus right now in this bottom of the 7th. 3-2. Pitch delivered, swing and a miss. Bensavenga down on strikes for the first out in the bottom of inning number 7. That'll bring Ryan Urich to the plate. Urich is the only of these sophomores that might continue her softball career after this season. So the first pitch is low for ball number 1. She's studying to be a teacher, but from everything I've seen, and we'll celebrate all the sophomores as Urich takes the second one low. Following the second game, Duncan, Faringer, and Bensavenga all are done with softball as of today. 2-0. Spins off the plate, 3-0. Great group of 4 in this Plainswoman program. 3-0. Urich takes a walk and finds her way on for the first time this weekend. She went 0 for 6 on base yesterday. Had gone 0 for her first 2 today. And the Plainswoman will pinch hit here for Raina Roberts, who does have a hit. Ryan Mergelman will step in. We saw this happen in Game 1 yesterday. Mergelman plays first for NJC when Urich catches, so maybe Urich is catching Faringer in the final game. That was the pairing last season for NJC as Mergelman takes the first pitch in tight for ball number 1, and that's part of the building a little bit of momentum to Game 2. You can get one extra at bat at the end of Game 1 knowing you're going to swing in Game 2. Grant up the ladder, especially with Urich on. The bottom of the 7th, down 9-1, 1 away. And Coach Suazo will pop out and have a conversation. Now, at one point in this game, Grant was at 40 strikes and 4 balls. Since that point, she is at 11 strikes and 18 balls. Obviously, you're not going to maintain the gaudy balls to strike-to-ball ratio that you had in the early stages of this game. But maybe a shade problematic from the command standpoint for Grant, who unquestionably will be an arm that Coach Suazo will rely on in the tournament next week. 2 balls, no strikes. She'll find the strike. Ryan Urich takes off for second, and she'll steal a bag. She'd only stolen 1 base in her NJC career, and she took off on that 0-2 pitch and steals second, much to her excitement when she gets in safely. Rise ball to Mergelman high, 3-1. You don't prepare for certain players to steal bases like Ryan. 3-1, pitch, Mergelman swing and a miss, 3-2.
Hey, let's go, Ryan. Do one here. Come on.
Grant. 3-2. Mergelman hits a fly ball to shallow center field. In comes Abeda to make the catch for the second out in the bottom of the 7th. 1 out away with the runner on second to Maddie Klein, the Plainswoman relief pitcher who has 2 singles in this game. So in addition to the 5 2/3 in the great pitching outing, Klein also with 2 hits. Make it 3. She drives it out to right field. Urich rounds third. She's coming to the plate. She's in safely. Maddie Klein just proven she deserves to continue to be the DDC Plainswoman of the contest with an RBI single, and she goes to second on the throw-in in what is now a 9-2 game and will afford Blake Duncan a chance to hit. Plainswoman will run for Maddie Klein with Keely Lanford out at second. Get a little track level speed from the former Mountaineer at Western. Blake Duncan a chance at the plate in the bottom of inning number 7, down 9-2. This is definitely building some confidence from some key players for Game 2 today for NJC. First pitch to Duncan in on the feet for ball number 1. Duncan has driven in a run today on a sac fly. She hammers a ball deep out to center field, but not deep enough. It dies in the glove of Abeda to end the ball game. Plainswomen fall 9-2 to Trinidad State in game number 1 of our Sunday twin bill. Our final line for the Northeastern Plainswomen and the Trinidad State Trojans. Trinidad with 9 runs, 11 hits, no errors, and 8 left on. NJC, 2 runs, 7 hits, 4 errors, and 5 left aboard. The Northeastern Plainswomen will look to split and wrap up the 2025 season with a win in game number 2. I would guess probably about a 12:40 start. So come on down and join us at Mason Field. Stay tuned on 94.5 The Ranch, as we will have a flashback from Eastern Plains Sports Today's feature on this rivalry between NJC and Trinidad State. Plainswomen fall 9-2 in game 1 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network.